My name is Mary Beth Downing, and I'm a realtor in Southwest Ohio. I service both the Dayton and the Cincinnati markets, and my clients are primarily investors, both out of state and local. My clients primarily buy single families as well as multifamily properties. Personally, I also have my own investment properties, and today I'm going to be talking about my own experience as of the end of 2021 and how my investments have been going. If you find this information helpful, don't forget to subscribe below. At the beginning of 2015, I was living in Las Vegas, Nevada. I knew I wouldn't be able to invest in Nevada the way I could in other parts of the country, so I moved back to Dayton with a plan to invest in my own real estate. Between 2015 and 2019, I was able to buy 4 single-family homes. They were all 2-bed, 1-bath properties, and since that time, they've gone up about 69% in value. The average rent for those 4 properties is $855, and those properties are in the Walnut and Belmont area. I was also able to buy my own personal residence, which in 2020, I was able to refinance, turn into a rental, and buy a new property for myself, making my previous residence also another rental property. As the local investor, I do manage my own properties, which I know a lot of people aren't able to do out of state, but if you are local, I would recommend it. As someone who's able to vet their own applicants, I've always had very high standards for my tenants. I do require 600 FICO score, no felony convictions, and income 3 times the rent or higher. I always do have a high volume, so vetting tenants is very important. It's important to follow fair housing practices, but also not to just go with the first person who applies. Calling references and doing background checks is a very important thing to make sure that you do get a qualified tenant who is going to be able to afford the rent and who's not going to give you a problem in the future. By following those guidelines, for the most part, I have had very successful tenants who have been long-term tenants who have stayed 2 years or more, and to date, I have not had to file any evictions. As we move into 2022, I personally do plan to continue investing in Dayton. One of the reasons is we are still an affordable region compared to other city markets. We do have a dearth of rental properties. I think part of that is driven by the high housing market. There are a lot of owner-occupants who would like to still buy a house, and the lack of inventory has stopped them from doing so. Therefore, they've been forced to rent for another year, creating not as many houses for rent. So I think there is room to add rentals to the economy. We also still have a booming economy. We have job growth. More people are moving here because it is affordable, and they're looking for some place where their money goes a little bit farther. And even though our rents are up for the region, they're still lower than the national average. So all those things together are why I personally am going to continue investing in Dayton. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to subscribe below. I work with investors both out of state and local, and my information's below. Give me a call.